Hi, my dear listeners. Welcome to the new episode of Peter's English Podcast. In this episode, I want to practice my speaking skills in English, and my virtual English teacher ChatGPT will help me, and we can start right now. I was asking ChatGPT about these questions before, and we can and ChatGPT uh, had had created 10 questions. The first and at first I want to read you because in my audio episode you cannot see any if anything. That's true. And we can start right now. First question is, if you could have any animal as a pet, even a dinosaur, what would it be and why? The second question is, what would happen if humans could only communicate by dancing? The next question is, if you could live in any fictional world for a week, where would you go? The next question is, imagine you're the king of or queen of a small island. What silly laws would you make? The next is, what's the strangest dream you've ever had and how would you explain it to someone else? The next is, if shoes could talk, what would yours say about you? The next question is, you have to eat only one food for the rest of your life, but it can never be pizza. What would you choose? The next is, what's your go-to? I'm super lazy today activity. The next is, what would be the worst superpower to have and why? If you had to write a song about socks, what would the title be? And we can start with the first question. If you could have any animals as a pet, even a dinosaur, what would it be and why? I I want to choose Tyrannosaurus Rex because it will be a very good pen. It can be a very good pen. It could be a very good pet, and a T-Rex can help, can protect me, and and I and the T-Rex can be a very good pet for moving. I can move very quickly. We found a vehicle. It will be fun. And the next question is, what would happen if humans could only communicate by dancing? This situation would be very funny. What would happen if humans could only communicate by then? It will be very fun. We every dance, every step through the dancing could mean something different. I want to see uh, uh, what would mean arguing with somebody or uh, or gossiping about about somebody. It will be fun. What would happen if humans could only communicate by dancing? This situation would be very interesting, and I don't know. It will be fun. And we can continue with the next question. If you could live in any fictional world for a week, where would you go? Phew. Fictional world for a week. Yes, of course. I want to live in the in the world of in the Lord of the Rings, because Lord of the Rings is my favorite novel and my favorite movie. I like the Lord of the Rings, and I want to live with people of Rohan or Gondor, or and I want to meet hobbits. It will be very fun. And yes, of course, I want to go everywhere. I want to visit Mordor, and uh, as a visitor, of course. Then I want to see everything in this movie, in this world. Of course, it will be fun. Then I want to live with in the world of Harry Potter. Of course, I like Harry Potter. I want to see Rockford. I want I want to speak with Harry Potter and his friends. Then I want to meet yes, I want to meet the Witcher. I want to speak with Yennefer, or uh, or yes, of course, I want to speak with Siri. And I think yes, of course, I want to speak with the character from the novel Winnetou. I am a big fan of Winnetou by Karl May. I want to speak with Winnetou or Shatterhand. It will be fun. I want to go with them in their with them and see these adventures. Then we can continue. Imagine you're the king or queen of small island. What silly laws would you make? What silly. I can translate. Translate here. Silly, what is silly? I know now. What silly. What silly laws would you make? Why silly, but okay. I will be a good king. What silly? Yes. I want to speak with every young lady in my age have to speak with me for one day. That'd be great. Then every young lady has to learn English with me. Yes, of course, and I want to create a big community of English speakers. In that, I want to be the king of the English language. Why not? Then we can continue. What's the strangest dream you've ever had, and how would you explain it to someone else? We was talking about it in the last episode, and we can continue. If shoes could talk, what would yours say about you? This question is very good because I use only a few shoes for every day, and and my shoes would be very angry because I'm using it so often that are dead for after one year. No shoes would be want something with me because I'm too crazy with wearing shoes. That's all about this topic. The next question is: you have to eat only one food for the rest of your life, but it can never be pizza. What would you choose? I don't need to eat pizza. I want to eat meat. Yes, of course, I like meat. The meat is very important. I want to eat chicken, or I can choose chicken. I can choose pork or beef, and that's all. I don't need any pizza. Then the next question: what's your go-to? I'm super lazy today activity. What's your super lazy to the activity. I can. Yes. I want to translate, but because I don't understand this question. What's the strangest dream you've ever... No. Where is it? Yes, here is this question. I will choose. Copy. And we choose... This is a very good question. My favorite super lazy today's activity was listening. I like listening English podcasts. I can recommend you people to listen to English podcasts because English podcasts are very great, very funny, very interesting, and you can learn something, and you can listen to real English from the streets. I want to recommend you. The next question is, what would be the worst superpower to have and why? Worst superpower. This is a very good question. What would be the worst superpower to have and why? Yeah, I really, I don't want to have. I don't want to choose the weather. Why? Because if because we can, because we with the weather we can do very bad things, and I don't want to send the storm of somebody when I'm very angry, or other people can send tornado on me. No. I'm very happy that nobody can that nobody can that no that nobody can choose the weather, and this is our this isn't my superpower. No, thank you. No weather superpowers, because it'll be very bad. The last question: if you had to write a song about socks, what would the title be? Socks. Song about socks. If you had to write a song about socks, what would the title be? Uh, don't go near my socks. Don't go near my socks, because I don't recommend to you. And we can continue. We can continue. You can see I was writing with ChatGPT. Don't read it. Don't read it. I'm recording now, and you can ask me new funny questions right now. We have to wait for GPT. Here's some funny questions to get your improvisation going. And we can start with the first question. If animals could talk, which one would be the rudest and why? Rudest. Oh. If animals could talk, which one would be rudest and why? Very good question. I think which could I think yes, of course. But I've forgotten the name in English. Parrot, yes, of course. If animals could talk, which one would be the rudest and why? The rudest animal would can be parrot. Why parrot? Because parrot because parrots are using very rude language. They like they are very rude in the in they are very rude in the talking with other people. There are a lot of jokes about parrot. Please don't use parrots because because they can repeat your because they can be very stupid. Now we can continue with the second question. Would you rather have a third arm or a third leg, and what would you do with it? Yes, of course. I want to have free hands. Why? With the first hand, I want to. Would you rather have a third arm or a third leg, and what would you do with it? The first, what do I want to do with my third hand? With I can do everything with my free hands. I can be very quickly, and I can do a lot of things in the same time. Why not? If you could replace your nose with anything, what would you choose, and how would it change your life? No, thank you. I like my nose. I don't. No. I don't want to buy a new nose. We can continue. Imagine you're a superhero, but your only power is turning invisible when no one's looking. How would you use it? Turning invisible. How would you use it? I want to. How would you use it? I'm thinking about it right now. Invisible. I don't need it. I don't need it because I want to be visible, of course. I don't want to be seen. No, thank you. What's the weirdest thing you could eat for breakfast and still feel like a champion for the rest of the day? You could eat. Where? There are a lot of break meat. There are a lot of food. what we can what's the weirdest thing you could eat for breakfast and still feel like a champion for the rest of the day? Yes, of course, the lunch. Why? Because after the lunch I feeling like a king, like a champion because I don't hungry. hmm. And we can continue. We can ask something ChatGPT. Like write me a good topic for rambling. We have to wait. A good topic for your rambling could be the most bizarre inventions that changed the world. You can dive into quirky, unusual inventions like the pet rock or the snuggie, talk about why people come up with such ideas and how they surprisingly became popular, and some humor by imagining what kind of crazy invention you would create and how it might be received. It allows you to explore different angles like human creativity, what makes something successful, or how trends work. It also gives you a lot of room to improvise and joke around. Most bizarre inventions that change the world. This is very hard. Hard question. Hard topic. I was choosing something different. Let's try an easier and fun topic. What would happen if animals ruled the world? You could start by imagining which animals would take on leadership roles, like lion or a king or dolphin in charge of the ocean. How would they govern? What kind of laws would they create? You could also add funny scenarios like squirrels being responsible for food storage, penguins taking over winter fashion. You to improvise, add jokes, and share quirky ideas, keeping the episode light and entertaining. In my country, the king can be a bear because the bear is a king in my in our forest. I want to choose bear for the king, and the government can be his government can be hmm, yes, of course. I think fox can be a very good fox uh, fox can be the prime minister because fox is very smart, I think. I think cat can be cat be in this government. Why not? Cat, why cat? Because cat are very smart too and very cute. Mm, wolf can be, wolves can be there because they are yes for they can be they can work as a police because they are very strong and very and the speed is very good. And yes, of course, oval can be in this government because the oval is very mm, is very smart too. And I want to end this episode or not. Yes, I can. And I want to tell you bye bye.